All right, my name is Amy Mariscal, and this is a training session to use the business model canvas for entertainment entrepreneurs. This is the Google Drive where all the four quadrants are. Q stands for Quadrant One, Quadrant Two, Quadrant Three, Quadrant Four, and we are going to start in business model canvas, Quadrant One. Okay, in Quadrant One, we have your purpose. This is the number one thing that you should commit to as an entertainment entrepreneur, and really as any kind of an entrepreneur. Your purpose is the highest level goal that you aim to accomplish with your business. And making money is up there for sure. We're going to come back to that. But beyond even making money, you can make money a million ways. So why are you doing it in this particular way? What is your ultimate purpose? Your vision is what you want to see. Let's go with 3 years. 3 years from now, what is your vision for your entertainment entrepreneur career? Who you want to be, your values and ideals. These are loaded questions, I get that. Who you want to be is probably the most important question for you to answer, for you to become the person that you want to be. It sounds obvious, but a lot of people don't think about it, and we end up just getting blown away, this way and that by the wind, and instead of actually thinking about who we want to be and making progress towards that person. Next up, we've got Quadrant Two, and we are talking about your skills and your strengths. What are the skills that you are most excited about, that you're most interested in using for the next 10, 20 years of your life, rest of your life, if you can commit to that long? And what strengths do you have? These can get confusing, so don't worry about it. Which is which. If you're, don't let that hold you up. You just want to get the stuff down here for now. But your strengths are the things that are internal to you, and so they're actually really hard to see. They are things that you would be good at, even if you're good at these things, whether or not you've actually learned how to do them. And of course, adding skills and strengths together makes for talent. That's the highest level of awesomeness. And we've got core topics. Core topics are the things that you are never going to stop talking about for the rest of your life. As an entertainment entrepreneur, you are your brand. So the things that you talk about are going to become part of your brand. So what are the 3 topics that are core to who you are that you'll never stop talking about? You could also think about the book that you want to write. What's the book that you want to write before you die? And then expanding on that, what are the 3 books that you want to write before you die? And if you want to get real crazy and fun, you can think of what are the movies that you want to make. We're not just talking about movies for entertainment here. We're talking about movies that you want to make before you die to create the culture that you want to see in the world. Next up, we've got prospect segments. With prospect segments, you want to figure out what are the different groups of people that you need to build relationships with in order to get what you want. So if it's a very simple business, you want to build a relationship with your prospective clients, your prospective customers, so that they will come and buy your goods, buy your services. If we're talking about entertainment entrepreneurs, Prospect segments could include an groups of producers, executive producers who are going to actually help you find money for the film. We could be talking about actors who you want to get attached to the film. And we want to start thinking about the characteristics of these groups. So, and that not just these groups, but the top 20% of the people in these groups, the top 20% of the people who are going to help you get what you want the most. And I say 20% because you've probably heard of the Pareto Principle. Basically, the Pareto Principle is the same thing as the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your work is going to produce 20% of your results, and 20% of your work is going to produce 80% of your results. So you want to focus on the work, prioritize the work that's going to produce the 20% of the work, the shorter amount of work that's going to produce the 80% of the results, the greater results. Same thing with your prospects. So think about who is going to bring in the most money, who is going to send you the most referrals, the most, give you the most contacts, who is going to help you again and again and again, not just this time, but again, who's going to come back more often, which clients are going to come back more often, which customers are going to come back more often, which producers are going to help you on not just this project, but the next one and the next one, which group of these people are most interested in what you're doing. Next up, we've got traffic sources. Where are you going to get these people, these prospect segments that you just figured out? Where are you going to get these people's attention? How are you going to get their attention? Are you going to use planes and fly banners up over their head if you have maybe a consumer-based product? Are you going to get people talking about it, thinking about it from maybe an automated referral system? Are you going to put up a billboard pointing to your company? And finally, on Quadrant 3, what channels are you going to point people to with your traffic sources? So they find out about you on a banner or on a billboard. Where does the billboard lead them? Does it lead them to a website, to your website or a Facebook page? Does it lead them to sign up for your email list? Does it lead them to your building itself? Does it lead them to maybe call you? What are the different channels that you are actually starting to engage with your prospect segments? And last up, we've got Quadrant 4 of the business model canvas for entertainment entrepreneurs. On this quadrant, we're getting into the goals and money. We're talking money. So what are the revenue streams that you can create? This one's actually fun because you get to start thinking about how you're going to make money, what you're going to do to bring in the cashola as an entertainment entrepreneur. So dream, right? This is your time to think about what would be if you could spend all day long on a Thursday making money as an entertainment entrepreneur or an information entrepreneur. What would you spend your time doing? What do you enjoy doing that could possibly make you money? And then you can start to get more practical about it and say, okay, well, I could make money from doing events, from hosting events, from writing a book, which you don't make a lot of money writing a book. You get a lot of publicity writing a book, and you can then make money off of speaking engagements and things like that. Do you want to be a pundit? Do you want to be a talking head? There are many, many ways to make money as an entertainment entrepreneur. Next up, costs. What are the costs involved in your revenue streams? A bunch of things people don't usually think about are marketing costs, team building costs, training your team costs. These are all vital to a really scalable business and really important to think about in terms of costs. What is easy to think about are operational costs. Another thing to think about is time cost, okay? Money and time are kind of go hand in hand in terms of resources, because Time is money. Think about like if there's something that costs a lot of time versus a little time, you might want to note that down in here. And then finally, what are your success metrics? What are the things that you want to measure that will show that you are successful? And I have 3 areas included here. We have impact. What is the impact that you want to make as a human being? This goes back to your purpose. What is the measurable impact that you can make on your way to achieving your purpose? And this takes time to be able to measure these things. A lot of companies don't do it. A lot of very successful companies don't do it. But if you do measure these things, there are tons of benefits that come from it. You are able to show your prospects, your team, everybody that matters to you in building your organization, what you're actually doing in the world. And this isn't taken lightly by people because it's so hard to find organizations, companies, anything that's actually doing this and doing it well. Profit. Obviously, you've got to measure profit. I mean, you got to do it basically to have a business. You've got to keep up your accounting and keep up with your taxes. So this is obviously something that you can't get away without measuring. Now, what you do with measuring this is really important. And what goals you make to get to your profit is going to be very important also. And then team happiness. So as an entertainment entrepreneur, you're probably going to be a solopreneur for a while, but if you want to make a lot of money as an entertainment entrepreneur, if you want to have a lot of impact, you're going to need a team. And once you start employing people, you are responsible for their lives in a little way, which is scary and sticky and a lot of things. And one of the reasons I didn't start a business that was scalable until my 30s. So I totally get that, this is a controversial topic to put on here as a success metric. But if you want to create a sustainable business, then your team happiness is really important. All right, that's it for the business model canvas for entertainment entrepreneurs. We did all 4 quadrants. If you have any questions, you can email me at info, I-N-F-O, at liftyourbusiness.com. That's lift, like you're going to lift your friends up, L-I-F-T, yourbusiness.com.